Yeah, so
Here we are again.
here we are.
I don't want to know the hard work just putting the setting up.
I know. Who'd have known the
We've got
fact?
a new sofa
Just
today.
sit up on the couch.
Yeah, on the couch.
I feel like I need to lay back on the couch after all.
Yeah, try to feet up, put my foot up.
Yeah, so it's been a big week for you.
Yeah, 7 years sober. Sober. 7 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been
That's a huge achievement.
It's massive. Considering I never looked to stop drinking for good.
Yeah.
And now I'm 7 years down the line.
Wow.
Sober, you know what I mean? It's unheard of. I'd never in a million years thought I'd be ever alcohol free at any amount of time, let alone a week, let alone 7 months.
Yeah.
It's been a journey, and I suppose that's what today's all about. It's about highs and lows of sobriety, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because you get the 7-year itch, I suppose you get that in anything, didn't you?
7-year itch? What, like with a marriage or
in anything? I think 7 years for anything. So maybe I might get the itch on the no drinking, but I don't know. Definitely not a relationship, this case you're looking at.
No, absolutely.
Feels good on the home front.
So 7 years, though, I mean, like you say, you couldn't have imagined coming this far. And I know it's a bit curveballing you out the blue, but what do you think are the major changes that you've experienced? Obviously, you've stopped the alcohol.
Major changes that I've experienced. I think the biggest one is dealing with your emotions.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I've been shut off. I didn't know I had emotions, to be fair. After a heavy session, you're talking with a mate or something, you might have a little boo up or that. That's just the alcohol, you know what I mean? Yeah. Without having that alcohol present, you've got to sit with feelings all the time. And that's what they say in getting sober is you get your feelings back. They say the good thing is you get your feelings back, and the worst thing is you get your feelings back. Yeah. Because it's hard work.
It really is.
Anyway, welcome to Been There, Done That, Now What? I am Terry.
And I'm Claire. And this is a podcast where we talk about life as it is, recovery, ADHD, everything in between, the messy middle. Yeah, and whatever comes next.
Like and subscribe. I'm saying it at the beginning of the episodes. I'm going to say it at the end because we always forget, and we need you lot to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
We're on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook, which has Been There, Done That, Now What? Apple Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts,
Spotify, did you say that?
Podcasts, Deezer Podcasts. Subscribe everywhere.
We're
Tell
everywhere.
all your friends. Come and join us. So,
yes.
Yeah, it has been, to be honest, I even forgot about my 7th birthday this year. It's only because Johnny messaged me in the morning because I was at a business meeting Thursday morning. And then after the meeting had actually finished, I had a message from Johnny and my missus as well. And I was like, oh, yeah, 7 years ago. Because obviously we share the same birthday. So
I know.
3 years and that.
That's so nice.
And I love
your besties, yeah.
Because I came in and we hit it off straight away. And I watched him relapse quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then about a year later, no, not that, longer than a year later, I sent him over my app, which shows you all the drinks that you've saved, all the money that you've saved, and how your health gets better and this, that, and the other. So I sent him over a screenshot of the app that I used for him to use, and he come back to me and goes, "Oh, we share the same quit day, so we share the same birthdays," and I love that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Johnny, actually, I know this is right off topic, but the Grand National is today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and there's a horse called Johnny who, he goes, "Yeah, I don't know who I am at the moment," so I even had a little whack on it. Not promoting gambling, but it's Grand National.
On that as the next.
But yeah, I think today was just going over really, the highs and lows of sobriety because
there's a lot.
Without a doubt, it has been the hardest thing I've ever done.
Okay. In what way?
The quitting the alcohol was a piece of piss, if I'm honest, because I was doing it for a charity and I'd done 90 days, and that made it easier. And the non-alcoholic lager helped.
Okay.
But
to keep that kind of like socialising, did you keep doing the same? You in the pub?
I was in the pub.
Same friends?
For the first year, for sure. Okay. That's all I ever knew. So I was always down in the pub. And being around people that I'd grown up with, you know,
Mhm.
my whole entire life, you know, being around, I started feeling that I couldn't be, I felt out of place from a
Yeah.
setting
Uh-huh.
I was firmly in the middle of, you know what I mean?
That's incredible though, willpower. Because 'cause I'm thinking I wasn't in that position and I couldn't have been.
Mm,
But just to be around all that, like a constant reminder of what you'd stopped, and everyone else being able to get lively. I know, again, that's a double-edged thing, isn't it? Because when you see people getting drunk, it's a bit of a deterrent a
yeah,
lot of the
yeah.
times, isn't
Well, do you know what? Because I was sitting in the
it?
pub and I was drinking the non-alcoholic lager, I'd always buy 2 bottles and pour it in a pint glass, you know, and
Okay.
my mates would try and change the glasses and
Uh,
that. So I was always having to keep my eye on. But it was when the further I got into sobriety that I was sort of sitting there, and then I was feeling that I couldn't bring anything to the table. You know, they'd all be sitting there laughing and joking, and I wasn't anymore. I wasn't able to. I weren't like I say, I weren't bringing. I didn't feel that I could bring anything to the table. I couldn't laugh. We was laughing about. They were laughing about the same stuff we laughed about the last 20 years. And
yeah.
when you're not in the same, when you're not drinking and that, it's hard. So yeah, I can't make myself laugh. And I remember one of my mates, John, turning around and saying to me, "You all right?" Because I weren't laughing. I was like, "Yeah, I'm all right."
Mm.
And then I started thinking, "Am I all right?" Yeah. And so then I started getting anxiety about I couldn't sit around my pals anymore because I just thought like, what am I, what am I bringing to them? You know what I mean? I just felt so
Mm.
out of place. Whereas before, I mean, obviously I never had that feeling. I was always one of the
Yeah.
lads, you know what I mean? Always have been, life and soul and all that.
Uh-huh.
Make, getting people out, getting them in trouble with their missus and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, so then that was tough because then I also had to pull away from it. There'd be times I'd be sitting in the pub and I didn't know when I could leave. I'd want to leave because I
Okay.
felt so sort of out of place, but I
Mm.
didn't know if I could, because when people used to get up and go and, but yeah, oh, look at him back door, where you going, all that, and I was just like, it was horrible. Old Tell would have turned around and said, sort yourself out, Tell, you know what I mean? But I didn't
Yeah.
know what to do. I hadn't been in this situation. My whole
Uh-huh.
entire life had been around drink. So then after that sort of year, when I got my first year under the belt, but
You weren't in the rooms, were
I
you?
weren't
So
in no,
in
I was just,
AA.
I wasn't in AA.
So what were
Just
you using? What did you have any support?
no,
Just willpower?
it was just
Just
me and I mean, my missus don't drink, so I had somebody that didn't drink.
no.
Well, because she does, I mean, she doesn't drink, and she's not from that sort of lifestyle. You know what I mean?
Okay. Uh-huh.
She's been a massive support for me without a doubt.
Mm.
But I didn't have anybody that understood me on a level of where I've come from and what I'm giving up. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even though she'd given up her alcohol years before, but she weren't like me
Yeah.
by any stretch of the I mean, there's not a lot of people out there.
And it sounds like it was like a lot of your identity was based around that, who you are, who you
Exactly.
were, or that geezer and
Yeah. You know what I mean? As a
in the
geezer.
pub.
Now I was like, who am I? Like, what am I doing? And I questioned so many times, why am I even doing this?
Okay.
All that sort of stuff, because, like I say, I never set out to quit drinking. I've just done the 90-day to raise some money, 90-day no alcohol challenge to raise money, and that was always going to be doing.
Brilliant.
And 7 years down the line, I'm so glad I carried it on.
Yeah. How amazing. I
Even
mean,
with all the questions, should I, and it's been tough. I remember my first family party. My family's a big
mm,
party family, you know what I
all
mean? The
these
drinkers.
gatherings.
And I'd always be the first one to and the last one to leave. I
Uh-huh.
always was. And I remember it was my cousin Jodie's and it was her 40th. And I went up to Weymouth and I just felt so uncomfortable and this is around my family, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
was just
I
like,
know.
and I did ask Gav to get me something. So I had something when I was there to feel like,
Okay.
and I sort of had it in my back pocket in case I needed it, sort of thing. Just to, and that's
Take the
when,
edge off? Is that what it was?
just so I could sort of do so I could feel on a level, you know what I mean? This is about
Yeah,
my own family, you know
I
what I
know
mean?
it,
Love them
but
to
I know
bits and
that
they love me to
feeling.
bits. But
Mm.
I felt so, I've got to get the kids home now. I took them back to the B&B, we staying and got a pizza, we sat and ate a pizza and went to sleep. But normally like, I'm the one, and I just didn't know how to behave around it, and then a
Mm.
few years later, I went to Jodie's wedding. She had her wedding in Weymouth as well. And, this is obviously a few years later. And I was fine as I was up dancing.
Yeah.
I could interact again with my family, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? But
Takes a
it was
bit of
such a
time.
transition. And it
Mm.
took me, I came into AA at 4 years sober. Well, 3 years, 9 months, 3 years, 8 months, something like that.
Yeah.
And that really helped me. As much as I question, should I be in AA now, as much as I do question that definitely, because I was doing counselling,
Uh,
therapies, what's
yeah.
it called, therapy.
Okay.
And then I started doing it, and it was like everything came together.
Because you met
Because,
someone, didn't you?
I think we went over that in one of the episodes, didn't I? That I met somebody in the rooms that said,
Yeah.
come to the rooms. And I thought,
Uh-huh.
well, let's try it out, because I had a good connection then.
Mm.
I had felt lost, even in the first 3 years. I'd bought a house. My business was booming.
Mm.
I had what I thought there was everything, but there was
Yeah.
something missing. So, and again, it was just me quick questioning who am I? You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And then, but yeah. So then I got into AA and that, and then just finding that, because I didn't have no friends really. As much. I mean, I've got all my friends,
Yeah.
and they'll always be there, and I love them all to bits, and
Mhm.
they're extended family and that. Plus, I've got my family and my missus and all that, but I still felt, because I didn't know what else to do. Obviously, me and Ellen would do a lot of stuff together, but
Uh-huh.
I still, I get energy from all my friends, my mates, and then going into AA, I started getting energy again from being
Okay.
around people, and then I was starting to work out that there is stuff you can do with your friends, like that don't
Yeah.
involve alcohol, because all my mates, it involves alcohol unless we're playing golf, but getting off that. I mean, it's just the world we live in, you know what I
Uh-huh.
mean? That's the way it is.
Yeah.
If you remove yourself from it, then you've got to try and find something
Yeah.
else.
Especially if that's been fueling something the whole time.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
for me, I feel like it's the whole social thing. It's being socially inept
Yeah, yeah.
and feeling again like that feeling like fish out of water for a long
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it can still
Oh,
come back to
definitely. Yeah,
me,
yeah, yeah.
especially I was going to say in groups where I don't really know people, but actually it can come on with people I know as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Suddenly I could just be like, a bit
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
awkward.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, I still get that. I was at a funeral recently, wake. And I wanted to show face. I wanted to go and pay my respects and that.
Hmm.
But there was, I had a few conversations with a few people, and I was just like, I don't want to do this more talk. I felt really uncomfortable, and I was just
Mm.
like, so I was only there about 45 minutes or so, but that was me done, and I started
Yeah.
questioning about going into these places now. Like, do I really
Yeah.
need to? Like, if it's going to make me feel. And I'm just like, why does it make? Yeah, I've got to get to the bottom of why it does make me feel uncomfortable, because it can't keep making me feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Mm.
it doesn't, I suppose.
Yeah.
I've been, I don't know, actually, quite a lot of times I do.
I think, like you said, so many things just in society, whether you're an alcoholic or just a normal drinker, normal average everyday,
Yeah,
person and not having those struggles, still so much of what we do
yeah, yeah,
is centered around, even sort of a celebration, toasting someone,
yeah,
all
yeah.
that kind of thing. And
There's me, my
weirdly,
fizzy water. But that's the part. That's one part of giving up the alcohol that it
hmm,
is tough on me,
yeah,
because it's still, when I've spent my whole life in it and doing all that sort of stuff, it's still hard not being a part of that anymore. I still get a
okay,
bit of FOMO sometimes, fear of missing out. But I
yeah,
know that when they've had parties without me, I thought, well, why are they going to invite me? I might have turn up facing, because I still don't.
mm,
But then, I have been out
yeah,
sober a few
hmm.
times, and I've loved it. You know what I mean? And
Can
then
you let go? Can you
yeah,
have a
the
good
problem, as soon as I go
dance?
in there, because I
Oh,
remember when I went a few years ago, Hampton Palais, France Hard House,
nice.
and I went in there, and it's like, oh, yeah, it is. But that was my first time. I still dance, and still got a lot of steps in as well on my own. But then
Counting the steps,
we went
yeah.
last year. We went to Clockwork Orange club in London, an all day at one. So it's like
Uh-huh.
3 o'clock till 9 o'clock or whatever, or 1 o'clock till 9. And we left there we got there about 2 o'clock. Left there about 7. Then we went and ate at a steak and that. But I'd never been
Wow.
out clubbing without a disco biscuit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
exactly.
10 or 20. You know what I
And
mean?
were
Like,
they sober dues
no,
or they
it
was
weren't a sober
normal?
dude. It was a normal one. So
Ah,
everyone else is off their nut. As soon as them light strobes hit my lights, my eyes and that, I was off anyway. You
well,
know what I mean?
yeah,
I still had that, and it was
that's
brilliant. It was
nice.
one of the best nights out. And so I'm all right with that now. But then I think of all the stuff that I've done since being sober
Yeah,
that I wouldn't have done, always wanted
absolutely.
to do. So I was doing my skydiving license, and I'd always wanted to do that since a little kid, since I watched Point Break,
Okay.
Keanu Reeves.
So how close are you to getting?
Well, I had a fallout with the people at the airfield. So
No.
I've got to redo it all again. So I was up to level 6, but when I went to try and move it to another airfield, they said, "I want to start from scratch." That's a bit annoying.
Yeah,
And
it
because
is.
of the weather over here changes like it does,
Mm.
you could go 3 or 4 weeks without jumping and have to try and remember
Oh,
everything. But jumping out of a plane,
I
for
love
me,
that.
is the best
Yeah.
feeling in
What
the
a
world.
buzz.
You just jump, and it's great because obviously I've done a tandem
Yeah, I
few
did.
years
That's what
back with
I
my
did.
cousin Stacey,
Uh-huh.
and we both done one. And I was jealous when we was in the cockpit in the plane. I was struck so I'm watching these people jump out on their own. And
Yeah,
I was
by
jealous that I was
themselves.
watching that. Yeah, so when I started jumping out on my own, it's just the best feeling ever. Just
Cool.
jumping out, and it's just a free fall, and then
Yeah.
the calmness of it. I loved it, and there's a place in Spain you can go where it's obviously decent weather and you can get done within a week. So it's something I will
Okay.
be pursuing. Then
Working
I've done
towards.
that. I built my business up,
Yeah.
bought a house,
Amazing.
done the life coaching course.
Mm-hmm.
There's more than this. I was thinking about it earlier, but obviously in my head, just even just being there for my kids,
Huge.
just being able to be present. Because the amount of times I blew them out when I was meant to go and pick them up, just after one day I've got them, and
Yeah.
then I blow them out because I'm out off my nut down the pub with the lads after every night out clubbing or something. I'd have to be all right.
Mm.
I lived with that guilt that I wasn't the best I could have been.
Yeah,
And
I
I
get that.
understand that. It took
Mm-hmm.
me going to prison the last time to understand that, because we had a group, and it was all about, it was coming up Father's Day. We had to read a book and voice record this book and send it back to him. But when we was in the meeting, the lady that was taking the meeting, she goes, "So when you go and pick your kids up for the weekend, without realising, you're a bit hanging or whatever, you go, oh, go
Yeah,
fat side, play in the garden.
exactly.
You're not really
Uh-huh.
doing anything with them. You're just
No.
picking them up and then just saying, go and play with toys out there, or because you're
Mm.
not feeding." And when they said that, the penny dropped, I just thought, man, you know what I mean? And you just don't realise what you've got, you know what I mean? And my kid's got up so quick anyway. He's
Yeah.
21 now, you know what I mean? Well, Haley's 21 this in June. There's so many times I just think I wish I could turn back time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
I've
do.
made, that's probably my biggest thing in the last 7 years, is that I've been so more present for my kids.
Nice.
And, I know that my boy
Important.
got in this morning. It's so me, right? I got Ellen a message me, "Are you awake?" This is at 5:30 in the morning. She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, Frankie's," because I was awake. I'm always but I was lying in bed. She goes, "Frankie's," because I'm on the top floor. He's obviously come home, fallen asleep, ordered a pizza. So the pizza man was knocking on the door, and there's a pizza on the door. So I had to go downstairs, pick the pizza up, come in. Frankie, wake him up on the sofa, and I just felt like I was my mum or my dad doing that with me. 'Cause the amount of
Yeah.
times I'd come in, fall asleep on the sofa, normally with a fag in the hand,
Oh,
and like food's been like fucking spilt all over the place. You know what I mean? I was just
mhm.
like, so yeah, I'm never gonna be able to stop this. And we was talking about the other day, all you can do with the kids is just be there for them when they need you.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
it.
Because
Like a living amends, isn't it? That's
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing
yeah.
people.
And I've done, we've been on holiday. All the times when I was younger, I didn't really take them on holiday because I'd rather go on a lad's holiday. That's where I was at. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's where my
it is
head
a
was at.
selfishness,
Of
isn't
course it
it? I
is.
feel
Yeah,
like
yeah,
addiction, when they call people like users,
yeah,
I've always kind of thought, yeah, it is. It's not just a user
yeah,
of
yeah,
kind of, it's like almost,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
all very
I lost out on a
self-focused.
lot of memories. But then
Yeah.
again, if I'd have taken them on holiday when I was drinking, anyway, I wouldn't have remembered it anyway.
Yeah.
There's a catch-22. But we have been on holiday a few times, and we're going away again next week. That's my granddad's 90th, my auntie's 60th. My
Wow,
boy, my daughter come in, her boyfriend's come in, and
that's 90th.
90,
Where are
yeah,
you going
yeah.
to go? He's
Sharm el
coming
Sheikh.
as well.
Yeah, he's flying over from France. He lives in
Oh,
France.
that's
Yeah,
incredible.
he's fit as a fiddle, mate.
Yay.
I'm 45. I've still got 45. If I've got his gene, I've got
Yeah.
another life to lead.
Excellent. Yeah.
45 years as an adult, so I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna kill it.
Yeah, I feel like that. Both my nans live to
Yeah, yeah,
94, 95. So I've got that same
yeah,
thinking in
yeah.
my head.
But however, saying that, my mum passed away at 49. And I'm
Okay.
4 years from there, and I'm always like, get past 49. Got to get past 49. Forget past 49, I'm going to get to 90 with my granddad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Significant marker, isn't
It
it?
is.
For
Yeah. I
you?
mean, she died of lung cancer, smoking. And I used to smoke like a chimney, but I haven't done any of that for as long as I've been sober. So you know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
no reason why, but just there's something in my head that just says, I want to get past 49. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's 4 years. I mean, I'm going to. I know I am. But
There's
there's
something.
something still sitting there just in case. So, yeah, I mean, what else? I mean, it's like I say,
Yeah.
sitting with your feelings is tough. You know, look, being sober this long, there's no drinking. I've got no intention. I don't look at a drink and think, oh,
Yeah, you want to drink.
because I
Yeah,
still
'cause
drink
it's not.
non-alcoholic lager. That takes the edge off. You know, when it's a nice
Yeah.
sunny day outside, I still go to the pub. Now, if I'm out working or well, not working, like I used to work, I'm not on the tools anymore. But I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, if it's a hot day or something, I'll think, I'll pop in a pub and I'll get it 2 bottles. So I've still got
Okay.
a pint of lager,
Mhm.
even though it costs about 12 quid
Does
to have
it?
2 bottles in a pint glass. It's
Jeez.
like
For two
5,
non-alcoholic.
11 quid I'll pay for
Holy.
1 pint. But I've got, if I have just a bottle, I still drink like it. I mean, you know, if I got a pint, at least it lasts a little bit longer. If there's a bottle, just go dink and then dink. So I have it to have a pint, and that helps.
Helps. Little routine
It's not
still.
me going, oh, I want the alcohol. No, I'm so used to having. I'm born with a pint. I can still have a pint, and I'm all right with that. You know, it don't make me think, oh, I should have the alcoholic version. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
done with that side of it.
So the 7-year itch, it isn't about wanting a drink. Let's sort of
Yeah, no.
clarify that.
I mean,
It's
I
not
don't.
wanting to go out and drink or
Nah.
anything, but it's something
To be honest, I just said
uneasy.
7 year itch because I thought maybe, you know what I mean? There
Is
is an
that what
itch
it
around
is?
something.
Yeah.
But like I say, the alcohol, the drugs and that, you know, I don't really, not really, I don't miss any of it. I say that though, there is a bit of it.
A bit of euphoric recall
Yeah,
where you're like,
yeah.
oh, those good old
I did like going
days.
into another planet sometimes, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't miss them. That far away from
Yeah,
where I was and who I was. You know, my character's
absolutely.
different. And
All the achievements, as you said, do you think any of that would have happened if you hadn't
nah,
got
none of it. I
sober?
mean, even my relationships, nearly 8 years or whatever it's going to be. And my relationships have always been dog shit, as we spoke a couple of weeks ago about them.
It's tough, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I just even like going on holiday. We go on holiday now, and I remember all my holidays, and I love that. Yeah, I remember most of the stuff, and I don't get arrested no more.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah,
Isn't
you
it?
know what I
Me
mean.
as
And,
well,
you know, I ain't
Jesus.
looking over my shoulder, and I ain't chasing people up for debt money because they owe me for selling a bit of cocaine and all
Yeah,
the stuff.
that
I've
stuff.
done my time for that.
You have.
You
You've
know,
built stuff up, and by all
yeah. So
accounts, you're now a very successful man. And now you're working on yourself. You've got all the physical stuff, and you're doing amazing, and really sticking to it. It's like it's not a diet and exercise, is it? It's a complete lifestyle change by now, and you're
yeah.
really reaping.
I have been smashing that, and
Mm.
and I'm loving that as well because I'm getting back to probably getting as fit as I've ever been. Doing 20-25 mile one in a week or weights.
Wow.
We eating, I ain't had,
Uh-huh.
I haven't had my sugar binges or pizza or just any stick food. I miss it. I do miss it, and I know after the photo shoot in June, I will have a blowout. But I'm hoping that by June, that'll be 6 months of doing this program. That might change the cogs. But I'm very aware of the ADHD that if I pick up that one biscuit, I'm having that
so hard.
then I buy more. And I've been here. I mean, I've been here before. You know what I mean? I've been yo-yoing my diet forever and that. And
we're similar like that.
yeah, I mean, I think a lot of ADHD.
Yeah,
the same.
with
You know what I mean?
food.
You just can't. You just don't know when to stop. Same with anything. You know what I mean?
It lights us up. That sugar and fat is just the sweet spot.
Every time I walk my front door, Eleanor's got chocolate Easter egg on top of the shelf in the where we take a coat in the porchway. And every time I see it, I'm like, I can eat that. And I see it every day. I've got to move it myself because it's just got ADHD as well. It's just been put there. It's staying there. And all I have to do is get it and just hide it myself. But every time I come in, I look and go, it's like saying, eat me down. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
God, yeah. I can't. If it's there, if it's in my house, when I was doing really well with my fitness last year, it was purposefully not bringing that stuff into the house. So because I'm an evening picker, And I think it's so much easier when you live on your own to be in control of that stuff, when you've got like family around you.
Yeah, yeah.
And obviously you can't ask them not to bring
Yeah, yeah.
jelly babies,
Well, I did.
Easter
I used to
eggs.
say it to him, like, "Don't buy that shit 'cause I'm gonna eat it." She goes, "Just don't." I said, "Well,
Yeah.
you wouldn't bring a crackhead, like,
Yeah.
heroin like you and put heroin in the cupboard and say, 'Don't touch it.'" It's gonna touch it, you know what I mean? It's there. And I know if I catch an eye, like I say, that I'm very aware of that Easter. I ain't gonna eat it because I'm at a place at the moment where I'm hyper focused, but
Uh-huh.
I'm still very aware. It's still in my head that it's there. I mean,
Yeah, of
even now, just
course.
sitting here, I'm sitting
Yeah,
there thinking
talking
about it.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
taking
Big
up
man.
headspace.
I know, yeah, I'm dying for. Like I got, cause I can have dark chocolate in my meal plan. I get like 10 gram square.
How much is 10 grams? Like,
It's
if you were buying a
one of them big
bar,
squares.
I'm just one,
Yeah,
like a
but
Lindt
on
bar or
non-trained day, I
something.
can have two. Right, I
Oh,
bought Marks and Spencer's 75% dark chocolate, and I had a bite. I was like, oh, that's lovely.
oh,
That's probably the best one of that.
how can you only have one bite?
I
Then what do you
nibble.
do with the rest of it? Where does it go in the cupboard?
Yeah,
That would be calling
yeah,
me,
I
isn't
know.
it?
Yeah,
Feed
I am
me.
being
I'm
super
here.
good at the moment.
I'd be thinking, well, if I skip lunch, if I don't have so, it's
Yeah, I know.
all
I do that.
that
I mean, I did have an extra piece of that yesterday. I just tried it. I had my two
treat
bits
time,
because it
was
was
it?
non-training day, and then I had another one. So I did have one
Mm.
over, but I'll make it up. But yeah, I suppose. I mean, I wouldn't change sobriety now for anything. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
firmly there. You know, and I haven't got.
you are.
You know, I've got too much to lose now. You know, because
Absolutely.
if I did go back to doing what I was doing before, I wouldn't be able to operate my business. 'Cause I know that a lot of people look up to me now, and I've got people who work for me that expect me to. I've got to get working. I've got a mortgage. I just would not be able to do any of that
No.
if I was doing what I was doing before.
Yeah, it's not
Simple as that.
showing
You know,
up,
I just
isn't
wouldn't be
it?
able to. Yeah, I don't know. I don't miss. Losing. I was watching the reel earlier. I think it was James Corden. I used to like him, Gavin Stacey, but I think he's a bit of a knob now. But he was saying all we used to do because he must have stopped drinking because it come up in one of my reels, and he was
Mm.
saying that it just borrows time for the next day. How many hours are you going to borrow tomorrow? Oh, I borrow the 4 hours in the morning, so I can stop. So just talking about hangover,
Yeah.
didn't crap. You're not
Oh,
going to be getting normal
yeah,
till
it's
about
just the
1 o'clock.
write-off.
Sometimes you want the whole
Start
day off,
drinking,
or you carry
yeah.
on drinking. You just lose so much of your time, and time is the most valuable thing in this planet.
It really
You
is.
don't get it back, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Our father time waits for no one. So,
Mm.
it's good. And like I say, with me, I don't remember half of my life because I just don't remember half of it because of
No,
my
it's
drinking.
all
So
want to
again, I
remember
wasted
half
all
of
that time. Yeah.
it.
It's probably a good thing as well, you know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, there's loads of times I sit there, but I'm just never going to remember. Now I do. I remember at least 90% of most days, and
Yeah.
I might forget a conversation. But if I go out, I'll remember the night out. Or if
Uh-huh.
I go on a holiday, I'll remember the
Yeah,
majority of
those
what I've done.
memories, absolutely.
And I never had that. So,
Yeah,
it is the gift that keeps on giving. You
it
know what I mean?
is. It
And
is.
you're talking about me working on myself.
Uh,
I have been doing that since I stopped drinking. I've had therapy stuff, psychotherapy for as
mm,
long as I've been sober, and the group therapy now with the rooms, and even this, doing our
yeah.
podcast. It's all
Uh-huh.
growth. It's all working towards just being a little bit better and
Yeah.
it, learning,
Are we
experience.
maturing?
I
Is that what it
suppose,
is?
yeah, and that
Someone said to me about growing up. Was it?
it might be because that was basically what you grow up in AA because like, when I went in, I'm still a kid at heart, and I always will be. Even
Yeah.
Eleanor bends over and I go,
Yeah.
she hates it. And she's a deadbeat head at private school.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I do it all the time, wind her right up. That's just me. I am a big kid at heart,
Yeah,
and I always
I
will be.
understand.
I don't feel that I'm 45,
No,
but
no,
there are
it's
times that I
scary,
am
isn't
that
it?
age, and when I am being a businessman at meetings, or
Hmm.
I am being a father and giving advice or whatever, that's
Yeah,
when I am 45.
and we can
90%
now.
of the day, I am a kid still, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just
that's
buggering
nice.
about a bit and having a laugh in the office.
Would you change that?
No,
No, I wouldn't
I wouldn't know
either.
how to, you know what I mean? But
Uh-uh. That would be losing part of me, I think. And actually, that's the biggest thing I've got back from sobriety is kind of connecting with that part of myself that was quite suppressed. It's probably one of the things I was hiding, drinking on before was, and trying to be my version of what I thought was grown up, actually. Yeah, it's interesting. But I just want to swing back to something you said a couple of times at the beginning, which sort of I thought, oh, and that was you saying you felt like with your friends then you had nothing to bring to the table. And I thought, well, that's really interesting. It sounded like you meant in terms of like bringing the jokes, bringing the party with you. But
Well,
is that
yeah,
what you meant?
a
And
bit of all of that, a bit of my humour I felt had died because I wasn't laughing with them anymore. Like, I couldn't laugh because I was going through internal changes, you know what I mean? And I still have that identity crisis now because sometimes, well, yeah, it is still tough, and I love my mates to bits, you know what I mean? We've gone through hell and earth and we've had so much fun over the years, I didn't stop drinking because I weren't having fun anymore. And like I
yeah,
say, I didn't go to stop drinking permanently. I just stopped because of this and just felt it was better for me to carry on
amazing.
without. When I was saying earlier that I do get a bit of FOMO when I know that they're having a party because the parties were always good.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's
so
where we differ, definitely.
yeah, I mean,
Well, in
yeah,
lots of ways.
yeah, I mean, like when we was talking yesterday, I don't ever really feel that I had a rock bottom. People
Mm.
say, well, prison,
Prison,
try to have
yeah,
rock
da da
bottom, but
da.
it wasn't really a rock bottom for me. It was more of a break for me,
Interesting.
you know what I mean? A break in my life. And then I'll just come back out and get back on. Like, yeah, it is still tough. I'm still, I miss I miss that part of I don't miss the
Yeah.
drinking, drugs, fights, the
The
deceit, the
chaos,
cheat, you know
yeah.
what I mean? Going on
We were saying.
weekend benders and missing the kids growing up, and I don't miss any of that, you know what I mean? But I
Yeah.
do miss, my camaraderie, was it
Yeah. Camaraderie. Yeah.
camaraderie with my mates, you know what I mean, and all the banter because I was always in the thick of the banter.
But do you
I
feel
took
like
it.
now you've got something to bring to
You know,
life's table?
yeah, I mean, we do meet up, we play golf and that, and I do, I bump into them, and I wish I could be in the party setting a bit more with them, but it's just a bit more difficult for me to mean. But
And I think, like we said, both of us have experienced a little bit of going back into that world and actually realizing you don't want to stay. It's not just about not being comfortable, but it is also seeing a different perspective.
yeah.
Everyone getting louder, everyone repeating themselves, everyone like, okay, this is getting boring.
Back
And
in the day, like you turn up to the pub, like you finish work late, so you go down the pub on a Friday about 6 o'clock. They've been in there since 3. Difference then is you play catch up, so you get shots in and get on their level. But if you can't get on their level, then you're stuck in it. You know what I mean? So that's why I try and get to places before that happens. So I can talk to them all before
yeah,
they go on a different level.
okay,
But
makes
before you
sense.
could always just join in, couldn't you? You go in there and
Yeah,
have a load of
gosh,
shots, catch up, and then you're talking the same sort of
away.
lingo, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, I love my mates all to bits, and I miss them all terribly. But at the same time, just doing different things now,
Yeah. So you've been there and you've done
done
that.
it.
And now what? What are you gonna do with this itchy time?
Well,
What's gonna
now what?
satisfy the itch?
More holidays. I'm going on holiday with the family next week.
Yeah.
Egypt, Sharm el
Wow.
Sheikh, and then me and the missus go away to Egypt in July. Some holidays to
Nice.
Hurghada. Hurghada. I always say it wrong. She goes, that's not how you say it, but yeah. So I'm
That's how
going back
you
to Egypt
say
twice
it.
this year, and I
Lovely.
think it's just just
Real stuff,
yeah.
experiences
Yeah,
that
that's
aren't
it. I
just
mean,
in
that's what I want to do.
a
Like I say, I still
bubble.
want to do my skydiving. I still want to get
Mm.
that license eventually. Time ticks away and time goes quick.
Yes.
But I also just want to just see my kids do well and all that sort of stuff. So it's just staying on a level and get my businesses up and running, the ones running, and get the life coaching up and running, and
Hmm.
this podcast continues to don't see where this goes. I get experiences, you know
It
what I mean?
is, yeah, it's a stretch,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
like
yeah.
doing the cutting and the software
Yeah.
afterwards.
You've been
Not
doing a
just
lot of work like
hearing
that. I
yourself,
ain't
but
been doing
actually
too clever.
seeing
Yeah,
yourself and stuff. And like hearing, I suppose, like hearing myself like saying the same things over and like your
yeah,
little catchphrase, your little filler things.
yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, did you? Or just, yeah.
You've
But
delved, you've
anyway,
delved into that a bit more than me. But I think that brings us to a close.
yeah, it's
Uh,
been really nice to talk to you,
it
Tell. And
has. It's been always a
I think
pleasure.
you're so inspiring. And I know a lot of other people do.
Thank you very much. You've been watching, been there, done that. Now what? If you like and subscribe. We'll say it again. Like, subscribe. There, tell them.
Like and subscribe. We're on all your
All your
channels.
own,
We're here, there, we're everywhere.
Get us on Facebook. Been there, done that. Now what? Also, Through Grit 980 on TikTok. There's a lot of the podcast stuff going on there. We will get a podcast channel going in there soon enough.
Okay, excellent. And if anyone has got, I suppose, suggestions.
Yeah, suggestions on
for us to talk about.
what you want us to talk
yeah.
about, any issues you've been facing, any questions you want us to answer,
Or
direct
give our
message,
perspective anyway.
reply in this, do something. Interact with us. We are going to do a live one evening in the next month.
Are
We'll just
we?
go live. Yeah, I've just brought that.
That's
We'll
what
do a
we're
live
doing, is
on
it?
YouTube. It'll be, I
Oh,
suppose,
God.
what we're in now, April. So maybe we'll do it for May.
Let's see.
May.
We may.
We may. May well. Thank you, my love. It's been lovely chatting with you. Oh, Foxy Mike.